guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to crochet a bucket hat. Now I'm not an expert or anything in crocheting because I haven't really done anything. I've knitted before, but it was only scarves and it was nothing complicated or any kind of like interesting pattern or anything like that. I was too lazy to learn anything other than the one I already know. So knitted sweater and knitted vest, everything is on trend right now. Even what is it? Tote bag. Can't think of words. Even a tote bag that's like knitted or crocheted, it's like so cute. So I decided to give it a try. I am going to try to make one for my son too. It's gonna be super cute. We'll see how that goes. I hope you guys enjoy it. I looked up so many different tutorials on YouTube and they definitely taught me a lot. I will definitely link the inspired video in the description box below, and I will tell you like some of the mistakes I kind of ran into and all that. So without further ado, let's get it started. First of all, these are the things you need. A yarn, of course, and you need at least 100 grams of yarn. Then a 4mm hook/needle and a measuring tape, and finally a pair of scissors. Now we are going to start by making a slip knot. And this is the way I learned how to do it, and there are so many other ways, so you don't have to stick with this one. I'll pull a link to a video for all the basic knots, chains, and stitches and all that, so make sure to check them out if you need one. After making a knot, this is how I grab my hook and the yarn, which is I think the best way for me, at least for now. Then I started making 4 different chains. I hook the yarn like this and then pull it through the hole to make a chain. I did this 4 times in a row. I think it's kind of hard at first, especially if your hand is not used to it, but if you practice more, you'll get used to it. Make sure the entire thread is coming through, not partially, because it can happen. After I was done with the chains, I put the hook in the first chain I created and making sure that I get 2 strands of yarn onto the hook, like making a V shape. It should be on top of the hook. Then you will pull the yarn like this to make a loop, and then you have 2 loops on your hook. And now I'm gonna make a slip stitch where I bring the first loop through the second one like this to close off the circle. And then you are going to try to stretch out the circle lump thingy you made. It looks like a lump of like yarn, but when you stretch it out, you can see a hole in the middle. You are going to use that hole for next 8 stitches in a row, so make sure not to lose it. Now we're gonna finally start with the first row, which is creating half double crochets in the same hole I just showed you. So what you're gonna do is to yarn over, then insert the hook right into the middle hole. Then we are going to pull a loop like this by grabbing it onto the hook and then bring it out like this. Then you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Now we're going to pull another loop like this and then pull it through the 3 loops like this. That is 1 half double crochet. We are going to create 7 more of these, having 8 double crochets in total. So make sure to count as you go, because I did lose a track when I was doing it first time. Now onto the second row, we are going to do the same first half double crochet, and then using a stitch marker, which is for me a safety pin. Some people use like bobby pin, I guess, which will be way easier to pull it out and all that. So your first stitch is done for the second row, but for the second row we are gonna do actually 2 half double crochets in each stitch. So I will be doing 1 more on the same stitch, then the second stitch will be 2 more, and so on. We're doing 2 in 1 stitch to increase the entire circle to make it bigger with more stitches added. So when you get to the end of each row, make a stitch after taking out the stitch marker and then put the marker in the new stitch loop. Then for the third row, we are going to do 1 half double crochet and 1 increase, meaning 2 half double crochet in 1 stitch. So we're gonna do 2 half double crochet in 1 stitch, increase. So we already did first half double crochet, so we are moving on to the next stitch and doing 2 double crochet in 1 stitch hole. We are going to keep on going on with this pattern. So for row 4, it's going to be 2 half double crochet and 1 increase. And of course, don't forget to mark your first loop after you take it out and then create another one. Okay, so the next row is row 5. Will be 3 half double crochet and 1 increase, and don't forget to count because you will get lost. Like as the number goes up, you are gonna get lost. So for me, I had to cut it out loud. And then row 6 is 4 half double crochet and 1 increase. Row 7 is 5 half double crochet and 1 increase, and row 8 is 6 half double crochet and 1 increase, and row 9 is 7 half double crochet and 1 increase. So basically the number of row minus 2 is how many half double crochet you need if you ever get confused. After that, you can measure the top of the head with a measuring tape. My head circumference for reference is around 21 inches and my circle is around 6.6 inch, but I think you should do it a little bit smaller because it was a little bit big on me, but I was kind of lazy to make it smaller, like undo one of the rows, so I just went with it. Now for row 11, you have to do a regular 1 half double crochet in each stitch. Remember how every time we create a loop in each stitch, we have to go through 2 thread yarn, but we are going to only use one of the yarn like this. You can do like the front one, which meaning like the front one from where you're facing the circle, but I just did it on the opposite one because I wanted the crease to be created on the opposite side of the circle. I don't know why I just did it that way, but I guess it doesn't really matter for you if you if you don't mind either way. So you can just do front one or the back one, but you make sure to use only one loop for each half double crochet. After you're done with row 11, now we're going to row 12 to 19, but we're going to do 1 regular half double crochet in each stitch. So now we're gonna back to the normal loop, so make sure to grab both yarn when you go through a loop. For next 8 rows, you don't really have to think much about counting and you can just watch K-drama or something and go through it. From row 20, we have to change the direction of the hat again so that we can create a brim. So we're gonna do 4 half double crochet and 1 increase, but doing it in front loop like before. Every time we change the direction, we have to create the crochets in front loops. So here's me doing 4 half double crochet in front loop and then adding 1 increase, which is 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch. Now for row 21, we are going to do regular 6 half double crochet and 1 increase. And from 6 half double crochet, we are going to add 2 half double crochet for each consecutive row. So for row 22, it will be 8 half double crochet and 1 increase, and row 23, 10 half double crochet and 1 increase. Okay, so you can add 1 more row of 12 half double crochet and 1 increase, but if you want to attempt to make this end of the brim to roll inside kind of downward, then you can just do more rows of 1 half double crochet in each stitch for next 3 rows. So this actually means from row 24 to row 26, you can just do 1 half double crochet in each stitch so that it kind of folds inside. Then you can tie off the excess yarn, and for the knot, you can kind of stick it inside between the stitches so that you kind of hide it and finish it off. Okay, so for me, I think the yarn was too big. That's why it became like a fedora instead of like shorter. Okay, if I fold it a little bit more, maybe it's better. If you don't like the fold, you can just eliminate that. Maybe that will make it less like a weird shaped fedora. Okay, does this look better? I don't know. It looks like a bumtigi, which is like a Korean snack, which looks like this. Okay, so for you guys, the advice is that do maybe 1 row shorter. Also, if you see closely for my, oh my gosh, my hair. If you look closely with the pattern here, it's like not consistent. That is because I don't think the inside should be looking like this either, with like certain lines here. I think I should have done, so if you look at it, there are 2 yarn thread on the top, and sometimes it looks like there's 1 more on the back side. So I think I was using, so it's like if you have to do like the first 2 you see, but I think I was doing this 2. So this was like making a line. So you should do like this to the front 2, not like the back 2. Do you know what I mean? So what it should be looking like is like this instead of like this. You see how there's like a certain like very prominent line you can see, but this one is not like a line. You can do whatever you want. If you don't mind it, it's whatever. You know, when you do the front loop stitch and you did the front loop stitch on the like on this side, this is gonna make a really intense almost 90-degree fold on the side you actually did front loop on. So if you did front loop on like this front loop, then it's gonna fold like this. But if you don't like the very too crazy fold like here and then you want it more subtle, then you can flip it around and it will fall more diagonally downward. So how do you describe it? It will make it look less like a fedora, but mine, I think because the rim is too large, I think it's making it look like that. This kind of looks like a baby hat, especially because of the color, but I will definitely try to style it with like bright colors. I originally was gonna not make this video because it's such a, I don't know, it's not really a success. It's not like complete failure, but it's not like completely successful. But I wanted to just give you guys advice on like what not to do and all that. So yeah, this is my first time crocheting. I might try other crochets in the future, but this is, I'm kind of done for a while. I'm kind of traumatized by the mistakes I made and the fact that the result looks like a weird looking 뻥튀기 fedora. I will definitely put the link in the description box for the one I got inspired by. I mean, I technically just followed her instruction and yeah, so that's it. But you can check it out. I just don't like it anyways. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this me ranting and kind of failure of a project I did. Not always successful in DIYs. I try to be creative, but you know, not everything comes out well, so yeah, if you guys have any suggestion for my video, even like something with my baby, if you have a suggestion, let me know in the comment section down below. And follow my social media here, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, they're all like same at about Zoe Lee. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Fuck. Down, yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? I'm down.